Hello, Western Class of 2021. I'm Alan Shepard, President of the University. I want to welcome you and your family members and your friends to this virtual convocation. Convocation is one of the most special times in the academic calendar. We're really thrilled to mark with you this special moment in your lives. I want to recognize your hard work and all that's paid off for you. And here you are, all new graduates of Western. Congratulations. Part of what makes it so special this year is the extraordinary challenges that the pandemic has thrown at you. Sure, it's been a test none of us was expecting, but of course, life's like that. You never know what's coming. And on top of everything that you've learned in your academic programs, COVID's also taught all of us many important lessons, made us stronger and I hope wiser. I think of your resilience, your perseverance, your innovation that you've demonstrated during this time, and I think that's going to serve you well in the future. I hope you're tuning in with some special people who've supported your journey and your time here, and I hope you'll say thanks to them. The degree you've earned from Western is important, but it's also the journey that you've traveled on to get here, and you haven't done that alone. You've done that with your friends and your family. You made them proud, and we're proud too. And your success is our success, and now it's time to celebrate. So enjoy the show that follows, and above all, cherish this special moment. Congratulations, welcome to the Western alumni family, and best wishes to you all for your continued successes.
Convocation is now in session. As Chancellor, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our virtual convocation. Before we proceed with the ceremony, I would like to call upon Kirsten Senior, President of the Society of Graduate Students, to offer a land acknowledgement.
I speak to you today from lands of the London Township and Sombre Treaties of 1796 and the Dish with One Spoon Covenant wampum. I believe strongly that land acknowledgements ought to be calls to action, and so I offer you these small actions that you can take today. Learn something about the indigenous histories around Western or around your hometown. For example, the Thames here in London is Deshkan Zibi, or Antler River, in the Ojibwe language. Read the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada calls to action, even in part. As a library science grad myself, I'll be reviewing the section on museums and archives. If you live in any of the provinces who have not yet recognized the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation as a statutory holiday, you can write your MPP asking for it to be recognized in future years. Convocation is a time for hope and looking to the future. With that in mind, I want to emphasize a hopeful element here. Although we inherit generations of broken promises, we are fortunate enough to live in a time where we are all well equipped to know better and to do better. I hope you'll join me in being thankful for the opportunity we share to work meaningfully towards truth and reconciliation. Chi miigwech, merci beaucoup, thank you.
Thank you, Kirsten. To all of our graduates, first let me offer each of you my warmest congratulations. You have worked hard to earn your degrees, and you have overcome many truly extraordinary challenges during your time at Western, including those history will remember being put in your way by the COVID-19 pandemic. You have been determined and resilient, and you have succeeded. Graduation represents a major milestone in your lives. At Convocation, we assemble as a university community to celebrate and recognize your achievements at Western and to wish you every success in the future. While the pandemic has prevented us from gathering in person, we are no less proud of your accomplishments, and we are delighted to mark this important occasion in a virtual format. I challenge each of you to take the important lessons from your time at Western and apply them to your lives and to your careers. Use the critical thinking skills you have learned here to challenge yourself and to challenge others and to make the world a better place. Work hard, never stop learning, and do every job as if it was your business. Enjoy your life, enjoy your work. Life's too short to not live and get the most out of every minute. And never forget that you are a cherished member of this great university, which includes more than 328,000 fellow alumni in countries around the globe. We are so proud to welcome you into the Western family. Again, congratulations to each and every one of you. Today, we will confer an honorary degree upon University of Toronto history professor Natalie Zeman-Davis as a model of scholarly excellence, imagination, and curiosity, and of social and political engagement. Professor Davis was unable to join us today, but we are honored to recognize her outstanding academic achievement in absentia as part of our virtual ceremony. Today, we are also conferring an honorary degree upon writer and multimedia artist Shani Mutu in recognition for her extraordinary creative achievements. To recognize our distinguished candidate, I now call upon our President and Vice Chancellor, Alan Shepard.
After earning a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree from Western in 1980, Shani Mutu has achieved international acclaim as an award-winning writer, painter, photographer, and videographer. Born in Ireland of South Asian ancestry and raised in Trinidad, Mutu now calls Prince Edward County home, where she continues to develop her multimedia artistry across a range of forms and genres. Mutu's paintings, photography, and videos have been exhibited in locations such as New York's Museum of Modern Art and the Venice Biennale, while her writing has been translated into several languages and listed for prestigious literary prizes, including the Giller, the Man Booker, and the Dublin Impact Award. Mutu's first novel, Saris Blooms at Night, is soon to be included among the Penguin Modern Classics. Her fifth novel, Polar Vortex, released in 2020, is a Giller Prize finalist that explores themes of commitment, love, identity, family, and a failing marriage in the landscape of a small southern Ontario town. And in spring 2022, Cane Fire, a collection of her memoir-based poetry with visual art, will be released. Mutu's success as both a writer and visual artist demonstrates a rare combination of talents that is an inspiration to the next generation searching for their voice. And so, Madam Chancellor, in recognition of Shani Mutu's extraordinary creative achievements and in the name of the Senate, I ask Western University to confer the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa upon Shani Mutu.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I admit Natalie Zeman-Davis and Shani Mutu to their degrees. Congratulations. I now invite Dr. Mutu to share some reflections with us.
Thank you, President Shepherd, for the generous citation and introduction. Chancellor Hassan-Fratz, President Shepherd, governors, faculty members, staff, graduates, family, and friends, it is my great honor to accept this honorary degree from Western University. Growing up in a place like Trinidad, in a professional family like mine, where university education is revered, you learn quite young that an honorary degree is the ultimate acknowledgement. Can I admit then that I was a child about the age of 10 or so when I dreamed of one day being awarded such a degree? Of course, I had no plan then for how that would happen. Needless to say, when Dr. Shepherd called to offer me this degree, I was speechless. I and my family, those in Trinidad, England, and here in Canada, are delighted. Again, thank you. Graduates of Brescia University College, graduates of Huron University College, graduates of King's University College, graduates of the Faculty of Arts and Humanities, graduates of Wright Faculty of Music, and graduates of the Faculty of Information and Media Studies. It is a solemn honor, but also a deep pleasure to partake in this momentous, historic celebration of your graduation from this great university. Time flies, doesn't it? Wasn't it just yesterday that you entered first year, wide-eyed, unsure, missing home terribly, unable to find your way around the campus, feeling that 4 years was an eternity away, amazed by the sudden freedom and unusual freedom to choose for yourself, and terrified at times by such liberty. And suddenly, all too soon, it's over. And here you are, graduates, about to embark on yet another phase of life. Over the last year and a half, we were derailed again and again, weren't we? Convocation for so many of you had to be postponed, and for everyone here, this format is probably not what you ever imagined. Ever since a pandemic was declared, we've all been forced to dance on a dime, and somehow, with all the changes we're facing across the entire world today, particularly with climate, disease, financial crises, everything ramped up in warp speed, it seems we've been given, if we choose to see it this way, an incredible opportunity, a crash course in speed learning, how to act, adapt, and react on the shortest notice. This is an art, and leaders, and indeed I'm talking about you, must become intimate with this art and practice it. When I said this was a historic celebration, I meant it truly. You're on a cusp in a different way than how others graduating in the past were on cusps. They were on the cusp of the trajectory of their own personal journeys. By dint of these new ways insisted upon us by this pandemic, by dint of these new ways insisted upon us by this pandemic, you, on the other hand, are on the cusp of the future of the world. You will be among the first to step into the role of those who can pull us out of the past. You are the caretakers and the innovators of our survival, the most well-equipped precisely because you have been forged in the fire of the pandemic's lockdowns and myriad curveballs. You know, I came to Canada from Trinidad when I was 19, specifically to attend this university. I came with no family. I was on my own. There was no one to tell me what I could and could not do, where I could or could not go, who I could or could not fall in love with, for instance. For better or for worse, I had to decide for myself. And I did as I wished, as must you have. If you were like me, the university was not just a place where you attended classes, studied in libraries and labs, practiced your instruments and experimented with your materials. You would also have experimented with who you might become as individuals. Experimentation that might well not have been appreciated back home. But it was this very autonomy, being specifically the academic student and accidentally the student of life, that supported the necessary break from childhood and prepared you for the life you would embark upon graduating. Your presence here today says to me that you were able to break out and begin creating yourselves and excel at your studies, and that you are quite fit to commence the next journey where freedoms and permissions will be even greater. In the coming years, without the support of student peers and supportive professors around you, you will have to rely on yourself mostly for courage and strength. But you must always remember that those were forged during your time here at Western University. The COVID-19 pandemic curtailed your classes and your university life, but it put you in what, say, 20, 30 years from now will be seen as a particularly unique and advantageous situation. You tasted the freedoms of pre-COVID life. Then you were brutally forced to abide by its restrictions. And because of this cusp on which you have been training and riding, you will be the ones to decide how we move forward. As you continue to invent yourselves, I hope you'll keep your minds and hearts open, broad, compassionate, willing to see, hear, and communicate, not only with those with whom you already agree, but in particular with those with whom you differ, not always in order to change their minds to yours, but to see what you might be missing in your understanding of the lives of others who are different from you. Lead when you are called upon to do so. Don't flinch away from it. And at the same time, Know when it is not you who must lead. There is wisdom and nobility in knowing when to step aside. Followers are as important. Good leaders are only as good as those following close behind. Those, that is, who are carrying out vital, behind the scenes type of work. Life for you has barely begun. The diploma you receive today is a promise you've made to yourself, to the university, to your families and communities, and to those of us who will never meet you or know your names, that we will survive and survive well because of every little role you play, be it on the grand stage or in smaller, more private and intimate spaces. For wherever you spread hope and happiness, it will ripple outwards far and wide. I am sending you the very best wishes. So very proud to have a degree, well, 2 now, from the same university as you. So may the road rise up to meet you, and may the wind always be at your back. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Mutu, for your thoughtful reflections. You are an inspiration to all of us in this community, and we deeply appreciate your participation in our virtual ceremony today to celebrate our newest graduates. And so on behalf of all of us at Western and King's and Brescia and Huron University Colleges, we wish you all the best for continued success in your career and in your artistic achievements. Distinguished students and colleagues, please join me in a round of applause to congratulate Western's newest honorary Doctor of Letters, Dr. Shani Mutu. Madam Chancellor, it is now our honor to recognize the candidates who have successfully completed their academic programs at Western. I ask you to admit them to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates for which they have been recommended by the Senate of our university.
Under the authority vested in me by the Senate, each graduate will be admitted to their degree, diploma, and certificates as shall be named on the roll call following completion of our virtual convocation.
Madam Chancellor, graduating students, family, friends, colleagues, and distinguished guests, Convocation is the single most important and joyful time of celebration in the life of the university. It's a proud day for all of us associated with Western, including our Board of Governors and our Senate, our faculty members, our staff members, our alumni, our friends in the community, and our university partners at Brescia University College, King's University College, and Huron University College. The presence of students and colleagues from our affiliated colleges adds a very special dimension to today's celebration. Each of our affiliated institutions brings their own unique histories, identities, and approaches to liberal arts education, and each adds much richness to our broader academic community at Western. So we are delighted to welcome and recognize graduating students from Huron, Brescia, and King's, who along with their classmates at Western, through determination, hard work, and sheer brilliance, have met the demanding standards of a Western degree. As each of you students begins the next chapter of your lives, I challenge you to continue your journey of learning and discovery and to embrace change in all that you do. I doubt that Western has provided you the answers to all your questions, but I hope it has instilled in you a passion to pursue learning and the search for truth. Relish the adventure of stretching and testing your limits. The challenges you've faced at Western have made you smarter and stronger. Keep growing. And today, as our newest graduates, you join more than 328,000 alumni in 160 countries all around the world. At this time, I'd like to invite the president of Western's Alumni Association, Mark Brown, to share a few reflections with us.
My fellow graduates, it is my great honor on behalf of Western's Alumni Association to congratulate you and welcome you. You've worked hard to complete your studies and examinations, and today you received your well-earned degrees. Western, our faculties and affiliated university colleges, are very proud of our world-class standing, and we know you share that pride as graduates of our undergraduate and graduate programs. Now, all of you join our growing global community of Western alumni. We are all united by the Western experience, our cherished memories of our times here, particularly of the knowledge and friendships gained. You'll find your Western experience continues as an alumni, and I encourage you to remain purple and proud by participating actively as alumni, cultivating the strength and global reputation of our alma mater. To you, your friends and family, enjoy and embrace the tributes that you so richly deserve today, and remember, wherever life takes you, Western will always be home.
Thank you, Mark. We are deeply grateful for all the work that you and the Alumni Association do on behalf of the university. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank the parents, spouses, partners, children, relatives, and friends of our graduates who are joining us today. This celebration would not have been possible without your loving support. And now let me congratulate once again the remarkable students who graduate today with Western degrees. You become partners in the future success of our university. My warmest wishes to each and every one of you for continued success in all your future endeavors. Distinguished students and colleagues, please join me in a round of applause to congratulate Western's class of 2021.
Before closing Convocation, I wish to express my appreciation to all who have contributed to the success of this day. In particular, and on your behalf as well, I want to thank the University of Western Ontario Convocation Brass for their magnificent performance and their director, Sean Spicer. Convocation is now adjourned.